This one is one of the funniest things that's ever happened. I was over there in California. We went to by this place. It was a shack. It was a dusty shack on the border. Nobody's been in there for years. I mean, nobody's been in that place for 100 years. So I started writing a story. I said, me, Lyle, and Larry went down to the shack out there. Started walking in the shack. That shack looked like a bloody nightmare. Blood dripping off the ceiling and everything else. I'm like, oh my God, what just happened here? So we left. Now, I was in writing class. And the teacher said, you better come up with a story by the end of the day. And I wrote it. She goes, this might get you into some trouble. You want me to publish it? And I said, yeah, it's a good story. So she publishes it. Okay, I just wanted to have your permission, and I'm going to have you sign this document. So I signed this document. She notes it for me. Dad brought everybody. He brought the Federation. He brought the police. He brought the fire department. He brought everybody to that little shack down there. No footprints, no tracks, no nothing. Okay, something's wrong here. They go in the shack. There's no blood. There's no body parts. There's nothing that I talked about. There's no books. There's no nothing. There's no knives. There's nothing in that place. And he sends everybody home. And he said, well, the kid's in a writing class. It's got a wild imagination. So they had an active imagination after that. This is good. This is good stuff. See if I get a nod. He's got cancer. He stops and looks at me, nods. He goes. So I wrote that story. It hit #1 in La Mesa. It was published in the San Diego paper. It hit #1 in the San Diego paper. It was published in California. It hit Teenager Writes Story, and it's #1 in the state. Okay? 13-year-old writes story. It's #1 in the United States. Some other kid comes around and claims the story. Oh boy, they picked on him big time. He was in trouble 5 or 6 times after that. I think he got arrested. I think he ended up in and out of jail. He was underage, so they couldn't hold him. They really put that guy through the ring about that story. He goes, kid steals story, says he wrote it. I mean, that story was just nuts. It's a lot happened about that story.